Hello Gemini, welcome to your weekly reading. This is going to be for the week of the 9th to the 15th of October. So let's dive in. Let's see what's going on for you guys, okay? Let's see for Gemini, please. Okay. Interesting. All right, can already get a glimpse of what's going on. Let's get you some more oracles. You could skip ahead. I do seem to blurt things out when I when I shuffle these, so some of you might not want to. But if this stuff kind of bores you, then feel free. Let's go ahead. All right, for Gemini, please. Sorry if you can hear the fan. Just something got hot during a reading. Okay, and let's pull some tarot. For Gemini. I've been whistling every time I shuffle. My way of like tapping in. Whistling? Alright, let's go, Gemini. This feels very like interesting. Like my palm is tingling on my left hand, and that always means something to me, like the energy is quite strong. Alrighty. Great. I'm sensing, I'm doing that. Like, I'm gonna say like heart chakra, like, but I was sensing anxiety and I did that. Like, I'm sensing anxiety, could be having heart palpitations and that kind of stuff. That's what it feels like. I feel like it's because of your heart chakra, and I've been speaking so much about chakras recently. I'm just something in the air today. Gemini, a big message just coming through in terms of your oracle cards is to do with some sort of attachment. So number 5s represent needed change, necessary change. And it's to do with something that you are identifying as that doesn't serve you anymore, a mindset that doesn't serve you anymore. It's an attachment to a certain way of looking at things, or it could be a specific person. So take it as it is for you. There is something in this energy that's asking for some sort of reflection. As you can see, she's looking at it and going, actually, this is a mask the whole time. Whether that's someone else, whether that is just codependency. On the bottom of the deck, you do have this beautiful garden and the gate, which is actually saying like, yeah, maybe it's comfortable where you are at and it's beautiful, and you know, she's in this beautiful garden and it's very lovely, but she's kind of looking into the fields going like, there is some adventure out there that, you know, piques her curiosity, but because of the fact that where she's at is comfortable and beautiful, she kind of is not ready to sacrifice that for adventure. So for a lot of you, maybe it is some sort of comfort zone that you're in currently, whether it is just something that you're so used to, and that might be what you're attached to is your certain lifestyle. But it feels like there is a reason why there is some curiosity towards bigger things, whether that is just moving, exploring new things, whether that is traveling, whether that is changing a job for a lot of you, like I want something different, or whether it is just a relationship for some of you, okay? It does feel like you're changing and it's going to bigger things, okay? Let's clarify. Let's actually just go into your reading, okay? We do have some keywords for you this week. So something that's important for you is health. This says, as an affirmation, I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. So a lot of you might need to pay more attention to your health. You might need to look after yourself and understand that this is just a vessel that we have for the rest of our lives, and make sure that we're giving it the right things, make sure we're giving it the care that it deserves and needs, because it serves us always, constantly, without us needing to think about it. So it's good to give back. So maybe you're changing your diet or feeling called towards changing your diet so that it, you know, suits your whatever your needs are, whether you are trying to just be a little bit more healthy, whatever that looks like to you. This is coming up. We also have blame coming through. Now the affirmation here is, I accept responsibility for my well-being. So that's something that's very important here, is to not blame anything or anyone, not even yourself, but it's about taking responsibility. If someone has even done something to you, then it's about, okay, how am I responsible to fixing the situation? Not with the person, but let's say someone traumatized you in some way. I'm not speaking extreme because that's for a therapist or someone else to speak about. As a tarot reader doing a very general reading, it's very hard to give advice for everybody, of course, so it is just general, so take whatever resonates and leave the rest. But it is kind of about, you can't make someone apologize or fix it, But what we can do is go, okay, maybe I need to speak to someone about this. Maybe I need to do more things to fix that, rather than going, I am this way because of this person and that. Okay, because that is an attachment in some way as well. We're attached to whether we want it or not. Sometimes it's completely unconscious. I'm not saying this is your choice at all. I forgot to get one more card here. All right. It is just kind of taking a bit more responsibility on your life, which is not a bad thing. I think maybe you guys are already doing that already. So in terms of your past position, my lovely, and how it might be influencing you this week, we have the 9 of Wands. So you guys are definitely on guard. You guys might find yourself being a little bit more defensive this week, a little bit curious and untrusting of others around you, or maybe even situations that come your way. You are a little bit defensive here. With the 9 of Wands, it does mean that you have maybe were blindsided in the past. Maybe you went into something feeling like it was going to be great because someone promised it and it ended up not being so good for you. Maybe you've been through some difficult times, wounded warrior vibes, and now you are kind of ready to end a cycle, or kind of curious as to what's next, just in case you might have to defend yourself again. Like sometimes that is kind of PTSD, I will be honest. So again, if that is this kind of stuff, then please speak to a professional, of course. All right, so 9 of Wands in the past position, please. Whoa, you have the 8 of Wands, so there may have been some communication or some change. This is interesting because this is good change. The 8 of Wands is usually communication or change that actually helps things move in the right direction. Let's clarify this energy again. 9 of Pentacles. We have the 5s. Okay, okay. Sagittarius energy, Cancer, Pisces energy. We also have the 5 of Swords. So this is a falling out here. The moon, there may have been some things that were said that were not meant. There may have been some emotional outbursts here, but the Temperance card is about taking a break, taking some time to rebalance, taking some time apart, or again, taking some time to really think about things that were done and said and hidden, so that you can like move forward on your path better. So this is what they're saying to me, is you've already moved away from difficult situations. I think that naturally you are going to be a little bit on edge in the future, which you're already in that stage, but it feels like you took a path for yourself. Maybe it's more independent lifestyle. Maybe you are just enjoying your own space a little bit more, which is good. These changes are positive. Like I was saying, this is a woman, an energy, sorry. In the card, she's a woman, but when I'm referring to you, Gemini, it speaks of someone that you're embodying that is enjoying their free time, that's able to take it slow and steady, and live a kind of whatever luxury means to you, live a very comfortable lifestyle. So for a lot of you, this could be a goal or something that you're already doing. So if that didn't end, if that situation didn't go the way it needed to, then maybe you wouldn't be in that position. So I feel like that is some kind of lesson coming away from that. Maybe you're better off financially. Maybe you're able to find some sort of peace in the present. Maybe you're able to discover yourself, whatever it is. There's something there that they're asking you to kind of recognize. In your present energy with the Empress, again, a very beautiful, attractive energy, not just beauty-wise, which she is, though, because she is Venusian, beauty, love, and everything like that. But it's also a very attractive energy when it comes down to the universe and attracting in opportunities without needing to chase it. So it's safe to say that in terms of manifesting, you are going to be manifesting very clearly because you believe you deserve it, which is good. This kind of reminds me though of that garden and the gate. Some of you, even though you're in this energy, which is great and it will serve you well, there will be some curiosity to take action or to build something. Like that masculine energy will come through for you, where you might want to grow, build, or create. That's what it feels like. But it's safe to say with this Empress energy in your present that you definitely are in a very beautiful, this could be where you're looking after your health a lot more, nurturing yourself, seeing things from a more compassionate, abundant point of view. Clarify this to the present for Gemini. Could be some significance around a mother figure this week. 10 of Pentacles, again, it's family, but this is also a card of abundance. So this is good. You guys might get a windfall of opportunities here. It could also be in terms of finances. That could also be increasing for you guys within this week as well. Very stable energy. In terms of a blockage and a challenge this week, though, which is interesting, is the Leo card, the strength card. So when that is a challenge, then having strength is a challenge. You might not feel very confident, even though you are in this Empress position. Why is the strength card here as a blockage? Some of you might be paying too much attention to what people have to say about you. You could have someone around you who is either triggered by you, or again, you might be triggered by somebody else. If you're comparing yourself to other people, again, don't do that. You can have strength just as much as somebody else can have strength too, but maybe you are saying, but I'm not at that point yet where I should feel confident enough, or maybe I need this before I can have that, or maybe I need that before I can have it. Don't compare yourself to others, okay? Everyone's journey is different. Just because someone's lifestyle looks good doesn't mean that they are mentally well either. But also some of you, it could be someone around you who's trying to bring you down. Page of Swords is a very triggered energy. The best way to deal with that with the Hermit and the Page of Swords is to look at this perspective from a higher one. All right, because this is a very triggered, I need to say something, I need to say it now, energy without thinking. Whereas the Hermit is more mature. So even if it's ourselves talking to ourselves to guide ourselves through whatever is triggering you, or might be coming from a very low vibrational point, so that you can heal it and move forward, or if it's a specific person, understanding that maybe you might be blaming someone, like I am only this way because somebody else, then instead of that blame energy, looking at it from the Hermit perspective and go, actually, like, what other people say doesn't actually really matter to me. It shouldn't change anything about myself, because everyone's going to have an opinion. You're talking yourself through it to heal whatever is trying to block you from being confident, proud, balanced. In the near future, you do have the Nine of Swords, Geminis. Let's clarify that. That is about anxiety. That is about worries, fears. It is a fear of the unknown. The Wheel of Fortune does genuinely represent a blessing. It's Jupiter energy, so it does speak of good things coming your way. But you are fearful, because you're not seeing that. So let's clarify this Nine of Swords. King of Swords and the Magician, the Tower. Some of you might be like scared of like manipulation from someone. Some of you, there could be a very deep conversation coming up here between you and somebody else that might cause a separation. Nine of Swords. Well, there is movement. That Tower card is still here. I feel like there's a fear or there's worries about separation, but that might be that attachment. Like, is it just because you're fearful of being alone or in the unknown that you're sticking to what's comfortable but might not be very good? Or for some of you, again, it could be like a need to discover things on your own with that Chariot card, and maybe somebody doesn't agree with it, whether it's a parental figure or just people around you aren't seeing it. Don't worry too much about it, because Gemini, if you're in this King of Swords and Magician position, then you are very capable of manifesting whatever it is that you desire. But maybe it does represent a big change, and that's what you're scared about, is the unknown, the divine intervention. What if this is the wrong choice? What if I build something on the wrong foundations? What if I do something wrong? What if I make a mistake? But the Magician here says that you have all the tools that you need to be whatever kind of successful you want to be. Will you take a chance on yourself though? Sorry. In terms of what you can't see right now, you have the Five of Pentacles. So that is a kind of about being left out in the cold. That is a kind of card about needing to ask people for help when necessary. It is maybe about letting go of a certain mindset that you might have. Ten of, by the way, what you can't see coming is that this is coming to an end. This feeling of maybe a financial loss or feeling financially at a lack. Ten of Wands is saying that your hard work and efforts, you are finally going to be reaching a very clear point where you're able to let go of all of this stuff. That, especially if you're in a relationship, there's a new chapter in a relationship or a new relationship coming in. So that wound is going to be healed in whatever regard it is in, Gemini. You're finally coming to the end of a very exhausting chapter of difficulty, and that's what you can't see coming. There's victory here. Six of Wands, again, attractive energy. This is also about being successful and coming out of that Five of Pentacles energy. You worked really hard for this. Could definitely be financially. In terms of love in your relationships, we have that Chariot energy. So again, moving forward, moving on. Some of you actually might be like moving with somebody. That needs to be balanced though. You need to have a clear vision if it's with someone. Could be dealing with a Cancer. Or again, there's going to be some new goals in a relationship, or in a new, maybe some of you might be traveling and meet someone. With that Four of Cups here, there's a very stubborn energy. Be careful if that might be you. That Four of Cups is very similar to the Garden and the Gate here. Maybe someone is rejecting moving forward. Even so, whatever position you're in, moving forward might look different to everyone. If you're single, moving forward might be being in a relationship. If you're in a relationship, moving forward might be doing the next stage or whatever chapter you're in. But somebody seems a little bit stubborn here. I don't know if that's you or somebody else, because maybe it's you because the Garden and the Gate. This reminds me of it, of like, this person's is in a very content but jaded position. Like, they're kind of rejecting opportunities because it doesn't look like what they want it to look like, you know. So there might be a little bit of a clash in your relationships here, but I feel like there will be like movement anyway. So this phase will go. I feel like there will be more determination in the near future and less attachment. How do we heal this attachment, please? Knight of Swords, we have to address it. Knight of Swords could be communication, might need to say something. Attachment, what's this attachment? How do we free ourselves from attachment? Maybe recognizing what it is you're attached to and why. Some of you, again, it could be like you don't feel like you really do deserve love, or maybe you don't feel like it's possible. Maybe you're not open to it because you don't trust it, whatever it is to you. Eight of Swords is like feeling stuck in our head about something and not seeing a solution and feeling stuck in a situation. Your attachment is that you actually feel stuck. But Ace of Cups is actually being offered here. And as you can see, this person again is up in their head, is not seeing the cup that's being offered. Very similar to this energy. I don't want love, or I don't want love in my life because I'm happy where I'm at. I don't need anyone. Yeah, okay. If you mean it though. But if you don't mean it, you might just be rushing to a conclusion here and being triggered about it because you don't think you need anyone, but that's okay. Only for some of you, of course. Others of you, this could be someone around you. Sorry, I feel like my back is hurting. Yeah, I just clicked it. That might be disgusting for some. But it does feel like things are going to move forward though, okay? Something you're worried about, scared about, but it is. It feels good though. A lot more stability. Some of you, there could actually be an engagement coming through, by the way, if you're in a relationship. All right, now in terms of your advice, again, it is about taking a break, taking some time to really adjust. Like, this is a really good energy to have when we're attached to something, because we can dip ourselves in our emotion without getting too invested in it, Gemini, but also balancing things when necessary and seeing something from a very angelic point of view, you know, very a spiritual point of view, which will be helpful for you to actually understand why and where and how and who. Also, I always see this as like this angel, that little like ring of yellow over her head is so similar to the goal where you're going. Okay, so a lot of you are going to get a lot of clarity, and you guys are really going to kind of embody what that goal is. Whatever it is you want to manifest, you are becoming it. And that is also your advice, is to take some time out so you can really visualize and become something here. King of Cups, if it's emotions, again, some of you, there will be a relationship or a deepening or a being on the same page in terms of relationship, but some of you need to think about it. This angel is trying to balance these cups here and these cups. So whether they're working on a future relationship for you, and it might come when you least expect it, or in the current relationship, there might be some reconciliation and a mutual understanding here. We also have in your opportunity this week is the Page of Pentacles, which is about learning new things. Some of you, this is like an apprentice card. So maybe you're starting a new job or have started a new job. This could mean that you are working your way up. Some of you, this could just be learning new things, and that's your that is you exploring new ground, seeing things that you didn't see before, coming out of your own world here and seeing what really is out there. I'm kind of feeling a little bit like that's what your attachment is. Like, don't feel like what you've seen in the world is all of it, you know. I remember when I was growing up, I was very depressed because I thought life was just what I had seen and witnessed, which wasn't so great. But when I got my own sense of freedom and I was able to create that for myself, luckily, and I was able to break free, and I was able to really see what I was capable of in the world and what was capable of happening to me, like things were I started to love my life. It was no longer depressive. There's some depressive things if you look at it in the world. I'm sure we can all agree. But when it comes down to like the limitlessness of the universe, you really actually understand that there is not just one perspective of the world. It depends on being open-minded. I feel like you guys are growing your mind. I feel like you already are. You're a Gemini. You are very open-minded, but it feels like when you come outside of your shell, that comfort zone, that mindset, you really discover a lot about life and gain a lot more wisdom. All right. Well, let me pull you some of these. Interesting. You might be hearing from somebody of the past or an old friend. This is a distant friend is thinking of you. Could be, again, at a distance. And fair man came up. So somebody with blonde, gray, or white hair. Under the deck is news on its way. So I feel like that's pertaining to that situation. You also have eagle, triumphant over troubles and obstacles. You also have crown. Honor and respect will come to you. Amazing. But we do have temptation will test you. But that is just staying in your comfort zone. That's that devil energy. It tries to keep us chained and stuck and blocked. If you think about it, the light side of life, the angels, the universe wants us to constantly grow. It's within our nature to do that. Whereas the devil wants us to be stuck and stay in one place and not grow and not gain enlightenment to whatever degree. So, I feel like what you're doing is detaching from your world, from your identity, and I think it's because you're exploring new things. Some of you, it is really heavily to do with travel, I must say. You're really going, I didn't know that this is what the world looked like outside of where I was from, or the people I had around me, you see? But anyway, Gemini, I'm going to love you and leave you. I wish you guys all the best for the week ahead. I send you my love, and I hope to see you guys next time, all right?